Amphibian extraterrestrial aliens reported by villagers at a Russian lake, and they're preparing an appeal to the UN concerning this. The patience of the residents of the Karelian village of Vedlozero has run out. The residents of the village are preparing an appeal to the UN demanding once and for all to find out what is happening in the space above their town. Aliens have been visiting the remote area since 1928, they say, and the Russian military searched for an alien craft that crashed into the large lake in the area. Farmers in the area, such as one man, F.P. Fedotov, reported seeing something like a large cylinder of a red flame streaming from the back of his crash into a lake. Some say it still sits at the bottom of the lake and obstructs anglers trying to fish there. After the object fell, local residents began to observe a strange 1 to 1.2 meter long creature. The creature's body was slender and its hands touched the ground. Each hand had 4 fingers. The creature was incredibly scared. It always hides in the water whenever it is approached by a human. The amphibian man and its existence has also been reported by many people around Lake Vedlozero. The creature had been seen repeatedly in the lake by its inhabitants. A team of researchers from Petrozadovsk University arrived to investigate the case at the site. Unfortunately, the findings and members of the research team eventually perished in the Gulag, a concentration camp. Now, they say it's a fact that for almost 100 years the village has been attacked by unidentified flying objects. We're talking about the 1920s here. According to the testimonies of local residents, whole squadrons of UFOs regularly arrive. Ufologists cannot figure out what's going on, but fireballs are still lining up in geometric shapes above the farmers' heads. The background, the Priaze region of Karelia, which is northern Russia and Siberia, is located near Lake Vedlozero. These areas are far from civilization, but also a popular place for UFO sightings. In 1928, an event turned life upside down in the village of Shuknavolok, located near the lake. A cigar-shaped boat, a craft reportedly crashed in the lake, and then all the people watched the flight of a cylindrical body about 10 meters long, it's about 30 feet long, on an inclined course. And according to witnesses, the tail section of the object was emitting sparks and reddish flames. In 1988, an expedition from Petrozadovsk State University met with the only surviving witness from the event. The latter confirmed all the previous known facts and once again said that a UFO hid behind the island of Chirako, where, judging by the sound, it broke up through the ice and fell into the water. Residents have noted the presence of a large object at the bottom of the lake for decades, since it's difficult to catch fish there. The most amazing thing was about to happen later, when the inhabitants from the surrounding villages and settlements met on the bank of Vedlozero Lake. A strange creature with a large head, a little more than a meter high, that's over 3 feet high. His body was slender and with slender hands that reached to the ground, and his feet also were tiny. Stories about the encounter with the strange entity puzzled hundreds of residents. They were no longer just individual observers, but also groups of 10 people. For example, in 1932, the village of Shuknavolok was enveloped by a thick, dark cloud, and when it was gone, the earth was covered in a jelly-like substance. Farmers collected it in a bottle and then used it as medicine. Why would they do that? My goodness. Not long ago, in 1987, Fedorov's wife saw a glowing UFO like a quadruple ring in about the same location as described as the craft fell in 1939. And now in the countryside around Shuknavolok, people notice a television transmission interference. But in neighboring areas just 5 miles away, there is no interference there. And at the beginning of the first decade of the 21st century, divers explored the lake, but the search was hampered by the very muddy water and the complete absence of reference points, as Chirako Island itself from that moment almost collapsed. However, the search was not in vain. At the bottom, a mysterious formation reminiscent of lava was found. Lozero Lake is very large, if not the largest national park in Europe. Please leave your comments about this, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.